and his feet like unto fine brass.
See that? His feet. So if your feet is brown, that means the rest of your body is what? Brown, right? Read. He's going to go even further though. You understand what I'm saying? He's going to go even further. Because you know Africa, that's the area that we was in. Alright? That's where we was at over there. You know what I mean? That's where Mashiach was over there in that area, right? So just know that we're going to go further. Read this.
As if they burned in the furnace.
That's if they what?
As if they burned in the furnace.
So if you put anything inside of a furnace, what color is it going to get? If you put anything, I don't care if it's corn or whatever, and you put it inside of a furnace, what color will it be?
Red.
After it burns like that, what color will it be?
White.
Huh?
White.
White? Are you sure? Just think about it. Think about it. It's going to be black. It's going to be dark. If I burn something right now with a match, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It's going to get what? It's going to have burns. It's going to be black, right? So that's another scripture in the Bible showing you that these are black people inside of this book. You understand me? This is a black man's book. This is not a white man's book. But everybody has told you that you are, have told you that the white man has wrote this book. Why is that? Why do you think that is?
Ain't nobody tell me that.
Well, it's when people talk about this book, they say, oh, the white man that did this, the white man that did that. You know what I'm saying? They saying this, say that. I know you gotta go. I know you gotta go.
Daddy told me black men wrote the Bible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know. But do you know who you are according to the Bible? So if Adam, everybody came from Adam, right? Don't you think we should be inside this book? Your history should be inside this book? What if I give you a couple scriptures before you leave that'll show you exactly that you are a child of God, that you are Israel?
Oh, okay, that'd be cool. I can read back there.
Okay? Not talking about child of God in the church. I'm talking about the true children of Israel.
Get
Okay?
rid of Trump. Get rid of the devil.
No, we want Trump to stay in on
No, I say he's the devil.
We want Trump to stay in there.
Y'all right there with him.
Anyway, but anyway, give me 28, verse 15. So this is let you know, right? This is let you know that Moses was talking to the people in Israel, right? Did you ever see the movie Ten Commandments?
Yeah.
And you know that Moses was sitting there talking to the people, and the people start going and sinning, and they start making idols and different gods and things like that. He was talking to them on that mountain, right? He had went up. When he came back down, he said this right here.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
He said all these curses, man. Pay attention. Pay attention. You gotta pay attention. He said all these curses, okay, gonna come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay? Not hearken onto his commandments. Okay? Now, this is one commandment. I want you to listen to this. Give me 68. I'm gonna jump right to it. Now, how did we get over here? I'm asking you, how did we get over here, Sid? You don't know how we got over here? What's the story that they tell us how we got over here?
Pope?
Huh?
On the Pope?
Okay. Good. It's like we just changed it quick. Okay. He said by what?
The Pope?
By boat, right? Listen to this verse. I want you to listen.
Okay.
Pay attention. Last time you went the other way. I want you to pay attention, sis. All right? Read that other one.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So, the Most High said he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. So, you know, that's not talking about literal Egypt because they walked to Egypt, right? So that must be talking about something else. That word Egypt must be synonymous for something, according to the Bible. That word Egypt means this right here. I'm going to show you.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Most High thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Bondage. That word means bondage. He said, I'm going to bring you out the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So, read that again. So, we got to replace Egypt this time with bondage. Watch this.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Replace the word. Replace it.
And the Lord shall bring thee into bondage again with ships.
He said he's going to bring us into bondage again with ships. Were we not in bondage? The word bondage means captivity. The word bondage means slavery. So did that not happen? He said he's going to bring us into slavery again with ships. Read on.
And thou shalt see it no more again.
No, read it again. Read from the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into bondage again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So the way Moses spoke unto you, it happened. This is exactly what happened. This is prophecy. It happened. We came here on ships and we were put into slavery. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You're not going to see your homeland no more again.
And there ye shall be sold unto your
There should be what?
And there shall be sold unto your enemy.
And there you're going to be sold unto your enemy. Have these people been our friend?
No.
Have they? They shooting our children.
Huh?
They're putting our children in jail. This is your enemy. Most High called them your enemy.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying to you? This is the Most High. This is God's word. You feel me? Read on.
And thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy. For bondmen
As bondmen means slave man
and bondwoman.
and slave woman. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you need to wake up and realize that this Bible is real. This Bible is true. Most I said that you will go on in slavery on ships and you will be sold unto your enemy. That's what the Bible says. And no man is going to rescue you. No man is going to redeem you from your captivity until you come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of this book. You gotta wake up, realize that. How many more years do y'all want to be in this situation? In this predicament? How many more? Ain't 400 years long enough?
I'll be right back out.
Go ahead, sis. 400 years of captivity. You got it. You read that. Go ahead.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4.
Bring it out.
Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Who? What?
Whose possessors slay them.
Whose possessors slay them. Don't they possess us? We are still over here in the United States of Satan, of America. Read it from the top, other one.
Whose possessors slay them. and hold themselves not guilty.
They hold themselves not guilty. When you go and you try to plead for your son or your daughter, they still lock them up. And they don't get locked up for killing your son or your daughter.
That's right.
They hold themselves not guilty. They're killing your babies. They're murdering your babies. And you still want to be a part of America. You just let that just go by the wayside. You get mad for a minute, and then the next thing you know, you're done. You're going back to the Christian church. Because they put you and rock you back to sleep. You brothers should stop defiling your temple, man. I shouldn't do that, man. It's bad for you. Go back, Proverbs 1. Let's go to 1.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 8. My son, hear the instruction of thy father.
My son, hear the instructions of the Most High Yahweh. Okay? Read on.
And forsake not thy law, not the law of thy mother.
And forsake not the law of thy mother. Don't forsake this law. Read.
Verse 9. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head.
It should be an ornament of grace to our head. Because if we walking and talking like we got some sense, these nations will start respecting us. They will start understanding that we are the children of the Most High. We are God's people. But we're not acting like it. You got to turn from your ways, sis, and come back to the law. Read.
And chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
So if sinners entice you, consent thou not. Don't let nobody drag you into sin. Don't let nobody drag you into sin. We got to understand what sin is.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
So whoever committeth sin, y'all transgress the law. Read that.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
For sin is the transgression of the Most High's law. This is the Most High's law. This is God's law. And you're sinning. This is the Sabbath day. Give me Exodus 20. Exodus 20. And give me 6. Somebody.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy.
This is the Sabbath day. We're supposed to keep it holy. Sunday is not the Sabbath day. It's not the Sabbath day. We're not supposed to be buying and selling on the Most High's day. We're supposed to be keeping it sanctified.
book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 10.
Pick it up.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath.
So the seventh day is the Sabbath. This is the seventh day. Sunday on your calendar says it's the first day that you look at every day. The seventh day is Saturday. Sabbath day. Saturday. Sabbath day. Don't that sound similar? Read.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
Any work. You're not supposed to be working on the Sabbath day. You're supposed to be resting. He made that day special for you to rest and chill and be with your family
Okay. Right.
and have a holy convocation with your people. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You ain't supposed to be working, buying, cooking, none of that, selling none of that.
That's right. That's right.
That's why we ain't together right now. Because we won't come together. Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
I want to keep going down on this. Because we need to understand something. For you young brothers, love your brothers. Love your sisters. Read 13.
Verse 13. Thou shalt not kill.
That means thou shalt not murder. You got to kill to eat. You shouldn't murder. That's what that meant in the Hebrew. Thou shalt not murder. Read that again.
Thou shalt not murder.
Thou shalt not murder. Read next.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. You sisters, you should be committing adultery out here. Read.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal. You should be stealing from your brother. You should be in your neighborhoods going into their houses and stealing. Trying to steal a woman. Read.
Thou shalt not bear false witness
You should not bear false witness
against thy neighbor.
against your brother. Your neighbor looks like you. He looks like you. But we hate each other so much that we will steal, murder, kill, commit adultery, trying to have sex with another man's wife. Read the next one.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. You should not desire your brother's house. If he got something better for you, get it yourself. But really, is it better because it's bigger? Is it better because it costs more money? Is it better because he got a big Bentley? Is it better really? A car is made to go to and fro. That's it. So why are you hating your brother? Wake up, black people. Wake up.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Thy neighbor's wife. You should not desire somebody else's wife. Because this man has a nice looking woman, you desire her. You want to trick with her. You want to say, hey man, I had sex with that man's wife right there. Or look at her, she looks nice. Go get you one. Black man. Let it go. Read.
Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Anything that is thy neighbor's. That's going into
when we get the kingdom. So, with that, I just want to say all praise and glory goes to the Most High Power, Yahweh Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushua. I want to bring the next speaker up. Thank you.